Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about the new bridge update and a few of the map changes they've made. Now, the most big thing about this update is two new modes. The two new modes are 3v3 bridge and capture the flag. Capture the flag is simple. Instead of where your goal is supposed to be, there's a flag. And you have to capture that flag by running onto it, and then you have to bring that flag back to your goal. That's basically how you score. And it's like normal bridge. First to five wins. Then, uh, then you have 3v3. 3v3 was actually a highly requested mode because whenever you have three people, you can't like play twos and you can't play fours either. In case you're on like a high win streak. Now they've also done a lot of changes to the private game system. I sadly cannot show you all these changes because I do not have MVP++. I am only a normal MVP+. But basically they've added many more things such as OP items, god apples, etc. And I think it will make everything much more interesting. Maybe tournaments can also be played in capture the flag or in 3v3 or maybe even in private game with the modifiers. It's all really interesting. Now, Bridge actually has more modifiers than Skywars and Bed Wars. And I am planning on buying MVP++ eventually. And I will be showcasing all of the new features for y'all. Now, let's talk about a few new game modes they added. The Duels Arena. I'm not really sure what that is, but it sounds pretty cool. Then, you have Boxing. Boxing was a game that was really popular on other servers, such as Mindmen and Lunar. But I'm not sure whether it'll work really well on Hypixel because of the way Hypixel's knockback is. But I think it'll be really nice to have boxing in Hypixel as it is quite requested. Next, you have your two new maps. You have Palestra, which I keep on confusing for Palestine because I just did that in history. And then you have Ashfire. Now, I would rank Palestra as a B tier map, probably. It's kind of annoying how the map is like made. They also have these really annoying one block holes before the bridge starts and ends, which I think is kind of weird and annoying. Then now Palestra has three main entrances. One on the bottom, like a dojo entrance, and two on each side. It is quite similar to maps like Dojo and Aquatica, and yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a combination of urban and dojo because the color theme is very nice and green like that of urban, but a lot of the features are like that of dojo. It's all hippoable also. Now something that's really nice about this is many there are many different ways to score. Like like urban, it has two holes on the top, and like dojo, it has three main entrances in the front. That's pretty nice. Next, you also have Ashfire. Ashfire, I would also categorize as a B or A tier map. I have only played on Ashfire once, but what I realized is it's a huge map which would be really good for a threes or fours. It's huge, by far the biggest map. But it is quite a good map and it's quite unique also. it's like a castle, like fortress, but it's way bigger. It also has side platforms like Urban does. Then uh, it's also really huge. There are these weird columns where you can hippo. I honestly think it's a really good map, and probably a high B tier or a mid A tier. It's like really cool. Then we also have Lighthouse. They have actually changed Lighthouse to modes called boxing duels. Boxing is basically uh, quite simple. So what you have to do is, right? You have to go and you have to hit the opponent 100 times before they can hit you 100 times. Now it's quite popular on other servers, but on Hypixel it's kind of weird because of the way Hypixel KB works. It is slightly more difficult to make combos and get them, but it is quite fun to play at. Now you get given one raw fish and one sword, but that really doesn't matter because you just have to kill him. You just have to hit him 100 times before he hits you 100 times. And most people, what they want to do is fight back, unlike this dude who isn't fighting back. Now you also have speed too, so this might be quite annoying for people who don't play boxing to get combos and strafe, because like even when I strafe a little bit, it moves quite a lot because I have speed too, and this is quite kind of annoying because I have to adjust my aim, and it can also let me get reverse combo sometimes. Now I am obviously destroying this dude, and if you can see on the right, I have 36 total hits while he has 14. And it also says that winning by plus 22. I don't have a current combo, and I've gotten 36 out of 100 hits needed for me to win. Now that was a pretty nice combo there. He's trying to shift that. So yeah, I feel like boxing is pretty cool to add, considering that it is and was pretty hyped up in other servers, and I feel like this was quite highly requested. I feel like now I feel like they could have done something more, with the boxing. I feel like this is kind of plain and basic. I feel like they could have made a much. I feel like they shouldn't have just copied the classic arenas. I feel like the new arena should have been much smaller than this. Like probably 50 by 50, or like I don't know, like just smaller than this because it's really annoying. People can just run around, and because you have to get 100 hits, if someone like this doesn't want to fight at all, you're gonna waste 10 minutes getting one duel win. Now that's also kind of annoying. Now it also shows that you are getting too close to the border, but and the border is taking away this dude's health, which I feel like is kind of weird because you don't actually do damage. Yeah, so that's my section on boxing now.
All right. So
Okay.
we're in our next section, which is the bridge updates and specifically the map updates.
Yep.
So this is Lighthouse V2,
Now the
and this
main.
is just how it looks. Just a sec. So we have just our normal lighthouse side islands here, and then
We have
instead of
this.
being like the goal here, we have it in here.
And now I feel like this is a really large improvement because it stops people just going up here and then just going and scoring.
Into the goal.
Yeah.
Now this part is actually hippoable as I'm showing right
And
now.
and you
And we
can
can
place
place blocks
blocks.
all the way through over here,
Yep,
like
and you can place
everywhere.
blocks till this
We can
point.
even place side blocks
Yeah.
and like. make side hippos.
Yeah, and now it is hippoable here. But
And
another
the good thing
key.
about this is that it's not it's kind of still spawn block, but it's like hippo spawn block.
Yeah, it's
So
like an urban, you can kind
it's
of
kind of
spawn
like,
block.
yeah,
Yeah. Now another really thing that's important here is aftershocker, come now.
yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah, I'm
ahead.
here.
See, now in the lighthouse behind here, they've made two entrances to the side where you can go inside the gold room. Dude,
Yeah,
you hit me in. Yeah, it's like in some maps, like I don't know, I forgot.
like even in, I don't remember the name of the
Like
map,
in the old
but
Kandra. Like in old
yeah,
Kandra, there was a hole where you could go
there used to
in.
be holes behind, like when bridge was kind of new.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the good things about the map. Something that I don't like about the map is that you can still kind of spawn block. I would appreciate if like this part you could not place blocks, but for the hippo you could place blocks, and I would just like remove the spawn block element
Yeah, but I
of the
feel
map.
like, right, it's only two layers. It's only two layers of spawn block. You can just
Yeah,
mine
that's
through it
true.
and go. Because,
And you can also wing on this map just like any other map,
and now
and
I
it's
think,
also quite useful because you can just head hit here and get into the goal.
honestly, I don't think this is classified as a spawn block map anymore.
Yeah, I'd say that it's semi spawn block, like with urban dojo
Like,
and maps like those.
yeah, you can like kind of spawn block, but it's like a really bad spawn block.
Yeah,
Now you can obviously just most of the remaining part is kind of similar, and something that I really think they should change is right. All slabs and stairs. Example, I'm running up. Aftershocker hits me. I just get stuck onto here, and then he can easily just kill me like that.
yeah, that's true. Sorry, I had to go AFK.
Yeah, it's really annoying that way. Now also these stairs here.
These
All
staircases, just like with Boo, are really annoying.
yeah, they are aesthetically pleasing, yes, but very inconvenient, especially for someone hippoing in. Like example, I've blocked in here and I'm really low, and then aftershocker just hits me through here and I go die. It's really annoying that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I
That's something that can be improved, yes.
yeah. Now there's also not much new things. You
Hello?
know,
Your voice like just
yeah,
froze.
there aren't many new things. It's just normal lighthouse, and I really like how they've changed it. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's true.
lighthouse previously would have been a C or a D tier map, while
Yeah, like
now,
in tiers of all maps,
yeah,
I'd say that
while
Lighthouse was one of my least favorite. Because another really annoying thing is like in the old Lighthouse, when you would pristine, it wouldn't be like a clean,
oh yeah,
pristine
yeah,
condo or Twilight, because you would have like on condo and Twilight, you could just
yeah,
follow along the layer, but for Lighthouse, you
yeah,
actually need to go down and align,
yeah.
and then you would be able to
And now
pristine.
even though the thing isn't aligned, you don't even need a pristine anymore. That's the
Because
thing.
it's not exactly a spawn block map anymore,
Exactly,
yeah.
you don't even need a pristine. Now, honestly, I think this is now a 8 year map. I feel like.
No, no, no. I still don't like it as much as I like other maps, but it's definitely a big improvement.
Yeah, I would feel like going from a C or a D tier to a high B tier or a mid A tier is really nice. I really like it.
Yeah, I appreciate what Hypixel has done.
And I think we're done with the review for this map now, right?
Yeah, let's move on to
Unless,
the review for the other maps like Palestra and Ashfire.
yep, let's go.
Cringe.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, so here is our new next map, which is Palestra.
Palestra.
So this is how it looks. We have things for aesthetics, and it's an absolutely gigantic map.
Yeah,
As
I
you can
think
see, it's really big, and the
now,
bridge is also really, really
yeah, now
long.
the new two maps, Palestra and Ashfire, are on the larger scale. They're
They're
huge.
absolutely huge, like even larger than
Yeah,
Hyperfrost.
Ashfire is hands down the largest map in the game, and
Yep,
Palestra is
agreed.
also slightly more. Now, first
Yeah,
let's talk over the main aesthetics. I feel like this it's a bit of a combination of and uh, urban and dojo, because like dojo it has one down entrance and two side entrances which are all hippoable. Then like
Yeah, for
urban,
example, this
yeah,
is also hippoable,
yeah, down
and
there the
we can even add a second layer in here.
yep. Now why I think this looks quite a lot like urban is it's very green, and
Yeah, like on urban, the main side islands are all green, and this
yeah,
is green
and
too.
kind of like this. Now also like urban,
And these parts are also hippoable, just for your
yeah. Now
information.
like urban, you can take a staircase up and above onto the
And
top.
this is actually really good for jukes and clips.
Yeah. So example, if there's like a really thick hippo, you can just run up, you can go, and then you can go boop and
Unfortunately, this part isn't hippoable,
yeah.
nor is this.
Yeah, but
And
now,
just to, this is where the staircases connect, and then we also have a down area which connects up to the hippo, and there's like a part
yeah, it's
over
kind of
here.
like a
Like,
weird circle. Now these are
yeah,
the two top small entrances here, and then
yeah.
I feel like it's much faster to go from the top entrances than the down ones, just because it's the down entrances. The path that you have to take is much longer.
Yeah, and
Like
now that we've covered some of the good sides, let's go over something that I don't like about this
yeah,
map.
now
Me personally, I'm not a fan of huge maps, and this map is absolutely giant. So that's immediately one thing that I wouldn't like.
now
Another
another
thing is that this hole is quite annoying, frankly, because I would really enjoy and like the map more if they would have covered this up. Because like imagine that you're going down and you just fall here and you just fall through, just like dojo. It's
yeah.
one thing that I not
Yeah,
don't enjoy.
something that is both a pro and a con about this map is right. You can actually go under this first main island here. Now,
Yeah,
this is really nice for juking people and for getting a nice and easy bypass, which is kind of tough to counter. But a
yeah.
con is
And
right.
the good thing is that you can even head hit your way through.
But a con is this thing. It's a pain to defend on.
Yeah.
And something else that's really annoying is right, they've made two staircases going this way, which I feel like it's kind of way too long. It takes 2-3 seconds to go. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It takes 5 seconds to run to go from there to here. And now this
Yeah.
part, I feel like I think they should have made the tunnels blockable. You should have been able to place there, or at least place a bit there, because
Yeah, so basically now in my opinion, I'd say that overall this is just a pain to defend, but it still has normal features of other maps like being able to hippo, and yeah, and as you can see the bridge is absolutely huge, and
yep.
if you need to wing you're gonna have to start winging pretty late because
Now,
like there's a lot that you
yeah.
need to wing.
Now, what I feel like on this map, wings will be quite important,
Yeah, I
because
agree.
even though
In the
this
competitive community, even though like the hippos and everything are there, I'd say wings are still important.
because what I
Like in
feel
every sweaty game, there
yeah,
has to be a wing
yeah.
involved.
Now, what I feel like is right, even though this map isn't necessarily super wide, but it's long and that has a lot of PvP. So, a easy way to avoid the PvP and like sweat less is to just wing, and then you won't have to PvP much. You can just relax, take your time, and just run past them. You know,
Yeah,
if you face some if you like face some really sweaty rookie 5 who's fighting for his life, then just wing on him and run past him, you know hey, why did you hit me? Yeah,
yeah,
uh, now I think that's all about this map.
yeah. Now we move on to
Our next
uh
map, so
our
let's
next map, which is Ashfire.
yep. Here. Now, guys, we are going to be talking about this new map, Ashgate, right? Now, first of all, it's a huge ass map. Okay. it's all hippoable. So now, something that's really that I think is pretty good about this is right. You can make a triple layer hippo like this. See, because you can just look up or like you can just hippo 3 layers while without making too much trouble or being a pain.
In my opinion, this is like a larger version of Tundra
Yeah.
with side openings.
Now this map is kind of weird. I feel like it's way too big. Now something like
Yeah,
I think is kind of cool about this map is right. These pillar areas, these sections on the side. I feel like these sections can give you a lot of creativity because like what I notice a lot of people do with this is right. They just make a layer like this, which is basically effectively you from entering it properly. Like I don't know, like just spamming blocks randomly. This will ruin a lot of the opportunities in this map. Like
yeah, I agree.
yeah, like something like this would be a pain to get through. Like this hippo, just
Mm-hmm.
2 layers, right? That would
Yeah.
be an absolute pain. Now, this
Ah,
map is wide as hell. See? It's super
yeah,
wide.
because we have so many blocks. Like we have this huge side, we have a huge middle, and another huge side.
Yeah, now the middle I feel is kind of small, like compared to the scale of the map. But then you have the sides with stairs next to them. And now climbing up those stairs, you have 2 holes which lead into your gold room, which I think is really nice. Then, I am actually out of blocks and I'm going to avoid. Now, this map is really wing dependent.
Yeah,
Now,
I would agree because like if you have a wing, you have like full dominance over everybody.
and the thing about this is, right, the wings they can be
Because
insanely wide, which makes it
yeah, because
even
there's a lot of
harder.
space
Yeah.
to cover,
And
and
that makes it even
if the
harder.
wings are wider, it means that no one will fall off as easily, and even if you get bored, I don't think anyone will die.
And
So this
it's
map is insanely wing dependent, and if one person wings, another person can just counter wing, and it gets really easy
but the
to
thing now, but the thing
be
about
like.
this is right with longer wings and with like wider wings, I feel like it's more difficult to make counters, especially if they're like Oli wings. If like I started the wing on like clearly in my side, and you were making a counter, someone would just come and hit you off before you were able to actually develop it and make
Yeah,
it.
I agree. Now, another not so large thing is that they said that they were gonna patch pre-bows, but
Yeah, that hasn't happened.
that hasn't even happened because, as you saw, I just pre-bowed in the earlier shot. I'll just show you guys again. So they actually meant it for it to be like this, where the arrow doesn't shoot out. But as you saw earlier, I did a pre-bow, and all you have to do is just shoot higher. So I think they patched it for maps. I mean cages like Fla Cage, but I don't think they've patched it for Mushroom.
Yeah, I use mushroom cage and I'm able to easily
Yeah, me
pre-bow.
too.
Now,
And yeah, I'd
now,
say that's it for the bridge update.
Ashgate maps aren't very interesting. I feel like this map is um low C tier. I feel like you could have done so much more with the space.
Agreed.
I don't know. Maybe they should have changed it up a bit. Maybe they could have added 2 smaller castles floating islands. They could have put on the side instead of something
No,
like
that
this.
would just like mess up the proportion in my opinion. But whatever.
I feel like something that could have been really cool was like I don't know. You have like each small islands floating. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, and I'd say that's
this
it for the bridge update.
this map had so much potential, and they
And it's not
wasted
using
so
any of
much.
that potential.
Yeah.
It's just a big and unusable map, in my opinion.
No, I feel like that you can use it, but it's very, especially for one, like, especially
Oh,
for solos, it's gonna be insanely hard to defend on this.
Yeah, because it's so big. I don't think one person would be able to like handle
Exactly.
everything by themselves.
This map,
I'd say this is more of a teams and
yeah,
non-competitive map.
yeah. I feel like this map would do really well on fours or threes.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not the biggest fan. Alright, you can stop recording.
Okay, I think that's it for my review of the three new changed and added maps. Thank you.